musical teddy bear. Here it is, a little bit, a little taste of this Jahna Sebastian fearless remix with your boy, the musical teddy bear. Yeah, come on, come on. How y'all doing, everybody? It's your boy DVO Double N, the musical teddy bear. And you know, that name has definitely came and went and been a lot of places, and I'm pretty much introducing myself to the world in front of the camera instead of behind the scenes. You know, I've been behind the scenes most of my career, the majority of it, being a ghostwriter for many people. You know, my experience is, man, you know, I tell you, it's this business it's a tough business, but the business is worth it, you know, in the end, because all the people that you meet and you know, all the experience that you gather, I mean, you can't possibly get this in school. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of things that I did learn in school, that I went to engineering school. I'm gonna break it down for you. I started my career out first. My real name is Arthur DeVonn Lewis III. And, you know, I started my career out in Toledo, Ohio. Actually went up to Detroit, Michigan with some fellas that I'm with back now after 30 years. You know, 30 years. I mean, I'm telling you, that's a long time in the business. So I'm actually one of the first people in Toledo, Ohio, black owned, to ever have a record company of its own, being independent and releasing music and getting it out, published. You know, well, self-publishing, and also getting it on the radio and developing groups and all this other kind of stuff like that in the music industry. As far as the music industry, now there's been tons of people that I've learned from in the music industry, and you know, also they've taught me musicianship and talent and different things. Just watching some of the people in Toledo, Ohio, you know, I can land a list of names. You know, but the thing about it is that it did get me to the next level as far as going to Los Angeles. My music took me there in 1988, actually. 1987, I released my first single that went and sold 10,000 copies independently. That's like, at that time in 1987, was like unheard of for somebody to do that. I mean, on their own, with their own money and whatnot, and without the technology that we have. We didn't have social media back then like that, and you know, where you can literally press a button and be all over the world. You know, it's like unheard of. We had to gather up musicians and go into the studio and all this other kind of stuff. So the gentlemen that I'm working with now in Detroit are the same ones that were my producers and management and promotion and marketing and different things like that. So we decided to finally come together and put this whole music industry thing together as BlackBeatMusicGroup.com, more as a digital label. That's basically what the industry is going to, a digital label. And so for the artists that are watching this, okay, you know, you want to set yourself up properly. And if you don't know how, the education is out there, the knowledge is out there, you know, in the public, online, you can research it or whatever, but it's best to get with people that know contracts, that know point systems and know production points and all these different things like that. And it's, you know, it's just one of those experience things that you have to learn. And my first actually major deal that I actually made, I was signed to Solar Records in 1994. The 90s was primarily one of the most record-breaking times of independent music ever during the 90s situation. And that's why it was so much music released, because, you know, you had entrepreneurs out there, you know, that were doing that, Puffy and all those guys like that. You know, they were out there doing their thing. And, you know, I wanted to be like that. I wanted to be the, you know, the Berry Gordy and all this other kind of stuff like that. And people that know me know that I've always loved producing and getting in the studio and developing and creating the actual sound, and you know, just getting in there. You know, that's so, you can't explain the feeling that you get when you're in the studio creating something and you get that best take that you ever got in your life, and you're never going to get that again. You're never going to get it again. And if it's recorded and then it goes out to the public, and when people respond to whatever it is that you do, you know, whether it be behind the scenes or front, a lot of people just look at the surface things of seeing and hearing the artist, but don't realize how much creativity and where they get this creativity from. And it's a situation called ghostwriting and ghost production. You know, they bring in top musicians and top writers and people like that submit material and all this other kind of stuff, and they're in the studio with these artists sometimes, or sometimes they're just in the studio getting paid. You know, and I learned that moving to Los Angeles. You know, I worked with a lot of people. I didn't even know half the time, sometimes when I was writing or producing music, that I was producing it to submit it to that artist. You know, I got signed to ATV Music Publishing for a year. And as soon as that happened, when I first moved out to California, Michael Jackson bought that, and he bought it, and he brought on Brownstone and a lot of other people. So this business is very shifty. So just so that you know, that it's very shifty. And I basically learned how to adapt to the shift because of all the different formats that it's been, you know, I've been through, as far as having a 12-inch vinyl record. When do you guys ever have you ever seen now that people go buy vinyl? Because it's not, I mean, it exists, but not in the stores. I mean, we had record stores, literally, physically. They removed all those thousands of record stores out. You know, you got cassette tapes, I mean, you name it, every format I know. I still got music that's on 2-track reels that's this thick, okay? This thick and this big, that I own the masters to from Solar Records, that I never got an album to release. So this is why it's important, though, to own your masters, because at least that old stuff can be revamped and redone and remade and made into something totally different, you know. But the key thing is knowing the contracts, knowing how to get in and work your business before you release things, because the thievery is out there all day long. And I just want to express that to you as being an independent. Don't take yourself lightly as being an independent, because believe it or not, the majority of the music that's released out there, okay, is not written by the artists. It's not written or produced by the artists. That's why it's so rare when they can find an artist that's self-contained. They're looking for that. That's self-contained, that can produce their own stuff, that write their own stuff, and perform their own stuff. If you can do that, that makes you the 360 deal. And that's why they came up with all these 360 deals, which was some shady mess. But they came up with it because they had these artists that can do all these things, and they wanted to make money off of every angle that the artist could do, which I don't think is fair. When, you know, when you're giving that advance, or you're giving that money to the artist, not saying, if you know, that, hey, we're going to recoup all this money out of the record sales and the publishing and everything, and whatever advance you take right now is all you're going to get for right now, for the life of the contract. And that's what a lot of people don't realize, that they don't understand that. So with that being said, my experience is 30 years of experience. And you know, people, they see you every day, and you know, they think you don't really understand or know what you're talking about, or whatever the case may be. But that's because it wouldn't do me any good to blackball myself from the industry, and period. You know, whether it be major or whether it be independent. So I don't like to talk about it. I don't like to be in front of the camera talking about artists, and because it's not, I mean, you know, it's not necessary. And I'm not looking for fame. I'm just looking to work and make music and be creative and be out there for the consumer to listen to all that good music, and then look around and just say, hey, you know, we built a legacy. You know, that's what I want to do, and that's what I love. I love to do as a producer and an artist. So if you would like to get in contact with me and my company and what we're doing and what we're about to do, okay, hit me up at www.blackbeatmusicgroup.com. Once again, that's www.blackbeatmusicgroup.com. And like I said, you know, if you want to be where you need and where you should and where you think you should be, you're already there. You're already there. If you could do what we're doing, you're already there. I've always said the deal starts with you. It starts with the artist, okay, or the producer, or someone that's connected, or whatever the case may be. You don't have to wait no more. I never waited, okay? But some people feel they got to be, sitting around waiting and submitting and doing this other kind of thing in order to get discovered, and you got to do 100 million showcases. And no, you just need to know, or have somebody that knows in your camp, in your circle, about contracts and about what you should do and your steps you take, But once your steps are made and you have all the paperwork that you need, the copyright ownerships and different things like that, BMI, ASCAP, whatever, being an organization with writers and people like that can collect your publishing and your writers' royalties and different things like that. Understanding mechanical royalties, which is the sales from the physical CD and the physical downloads, okay? You can do that yourself, but it's up to you whether you want to bargain out, okay, and sell out and bargain out, to sell out to a major company. That's all it is. Basically, that's all you're doing. And if it's worthy, and if it's a contract that you can see where you're going to make money. See, the key is to make money. Okay, they give you money, they front you money. Okay, it's like taking a loan. Okay, you might have it, but it really wasn't yours to start because you really didn't earn it. You earn it when somebody actually takes you and said, listen, you created that, we want your name on it, we want you to represent it, we want you to get out there and do when you can do that and you get a deal like that, that's a real deal. Okay, so with that being said, my experience, you can also reach me 419-984-3358. Those are the digits. Okay, you can get a hold of me in the United States, okay, and all around the world if you're trying to get a hold of me. All right, so on that note, with that being said, I appreciate your time with these few minutes that we put this out there. I want to say shouts out again to my girl Jahna Sebastian, multi-vision music worldwide, Alchemist TV, the independents. We're networking, big baby. We're getting ready to make it happen around the world, and that's what it's about. Peace out. Everybody, it's your boy DeVonn Lewis, musical teddy bear. I want to give a big shout out to my girl Jahna Sebastian on this collaboration with the Fearless remix and everything. Shout out to Multivision Music Worldwide and Alchemist TV, and everything that she's doing is just so dope. I'm telling you, independent is where it's at. And you can check out the brand new full version of the remix that we did at www.blackbeatmusicgroup.com.